us off with a opening statement.
Sure. Well, happy Labor Day to everyone. I hope you have a great holiday today. But, in terms of last week, and then we're moving on, is, in our program, we talk about playing to a standard and playing to an expectation, regardless what the opponent is. And we weren't able to do that. And I think, maybe on the outside, so many things are looking at it. And as a coach, what you have to do is what positives can you take away from this, and how can you build upon the lessons that learn, and you can't waste a failure with everything that goes on. But I think the biggest thing is when you play a top 25 opponent, when you play a quality opponent like the University of Oklahoma, everything you do is magnified. So in terms of your mental disposition, your fundamentals, your details, your effort, your toughness, your ability to sustain, the ability to focus, play in and play out, all those things are magnified. And when you don't do that, you get exposed. And I thought there were times, obviously, that we got exposed, but that's what happens when you play a team like Oklahoma that has really done a good job. They're not the same team that you saw in video a year ago. They're a very solid football team in all three phases. But the challenge now as a coach is what can you take and build upon that? And you have to rely on your past experiences. And I think that's where experience kicks in. Our first year at Central Michigan in 2007, we went to Clemson and had basically the same result. We lost 70-14, and that team came back and went to a bowl game and won a championship. And that was really kind of the mindset. What really kind of changed us, because we talk about a style of play and we talk about a mentality. Well, now they went against somebody that really kind of embraces what we want. So it's all in how you move forward. And our players are resilient. They're very prideful. They understand. So I know we're all looking forward to getting back against another quality opponent Saturday with Memphis.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start off with Luke Matheson. Luke, please go ahead.
Hey, Butch. So you mentioned finding the positives. One positive I saw was that offensive line. We spoke a lot the last couple of years about needing protection and quarterback sacks. That did not happen Saturday. I know that's got to be something that you liked. And also you mentioned the resiliency. How did the team respond in team meetings last night?
Well, they responded very well. And again, they're a good group of kids. They're very prideful. They understand. And there was great illustrations, and we kind of showed them exactly, what it goes. When you go on the road, you're responsible for creating your own momentum. And, obviously getting off to a fast start is part of it. But even when things go wrong, you can't blink. And I think everything started to snowball a little bit, and they came out and, we knew they were going to attempt the deep ball early. We knew they were going to get their crowd in the game early, and we just didn't respond the way that I had hoped that we would respond. So again, you have to learn from it and move forward. In terms of the offensive line, you're exactly right. I thought they did some really good things. We still need to run the ball more effectively and more efficiently, but we were able to have pretty much a clean pocket. I thought our backs did a good job for the most part in picking up the pressures. And that's what another challenge of Oklahoma is they present so many different looks defensively for you. So I thought the offensive line, in terms of handling the pressure situations, did a good job with that.
Thank you. We'll go over to Logan Whaley. Logan, please go ahead.
Hi, Coach.
Hey,
just
Logan.
wanted to ask. Hey, just wanted to ask about. You mentioned on the press conference Saturday that you'd watch the film and see who would respond, who competed. Did you see anybody that competed on Saturday, and if so, who? And then second part, just wanted to see where the team is at, just as far as health and injuries go.
Yeah. In terms of competing, there were times where everybody competed, but again, the standard is to do it for 60 minutes. And I think that's the mental disposition. That's the mental toughness that's associated with playing football. And so we did it in spurts. There wasn't anybody that did it on a consistent basis. I thought Tennell Bryant, even though he turned the football over, true freshman out of Cincinnati Moeller, I thought he looked like he belonged on the field. I think he's going to add another element to us offensively in moving forward. But I think the biggest thing is just consistency and performance. Didn't see it play in and play out. You saw little spurts that we can build upon and show them, hey, this is what happens when everybody executes their assignments. This is what happens when everyone's in their gap. This is what happens when you're 11 for 11 on every single play. Good things are going to happen. So again, been through this situation before, been there, done that. It's really kind of helped change kind of the direction of our program. Every place that we've been, this has happened. And again, it's the small intangibles. It's laying on the ground. It's getting up off the ground. It's competing and getting off blocks. We didn't strike blockers. We didn't get off blocks. On the perimeter, we didn't get off blocks at the DB position. Offensively, we had too many drops out on the perimeter. That stifles momentum. Not a lot of consistency in the throw game. So all those things that we need to work on to get better in terms of health-wise. We'll know a little bit more later in the week with that. Obviously, the associated nicks and bruises that go along with playing a physical football team like Oklahoma. So I'll know a little bit more later with that, and where we're at with the injury situation.
Luke, did you have a follow-up?
I did. Butch, I just wanted to ask about Memphis. Obviously, first home game of the year this year. What are you seeing now with the Tigers, and what do you guys got to do this week to get ready for them?
Yeah, so another challenge coming into Centennial Bank Stadium. Very talented football team. They have a quarterback that, is a 3-year starter. Has really started as a true freshman, and he manages their offense. He's like a coach on the field. Typical Memphis football team, big in the lines of scrimmage, very active, very physical. And then I think the biggest change is greatly improved on special teams. I think in the first game, they did a really good job in terms of their punt return team being physical at the line of scrimmage. So I think the special teams game is going to be another challenge for us, but a typical Memphis football team, big, strong, fast, physical. So it's going to be another challenge for us. And as we all know, we've had 2 years who basically the game has come down to the final possession of the game. So again, it's what is our mental disposition? Can we go through 4 quarters if it takes overtime, whatever it takes to move forward?
Thank you. And I thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time today.
All right. Have a great Labor Day.
Thank you.